I'm pretty sure I'm going to title this video, I tried moderation and it fucking sucks. Because it's the truth, okay? I was living a very unbalanced life, probably around 5, 6, 7, 8 months ago. That was when I was posting on here consistently. And when I was quite unbalanced, you know, my life was regimented. I was waking up, cold exposure, do my room, come downstairs, coffee, read for an hour, go garden, go train, come home, eat, read. It would either be train, so as in like gardening again, or at this point, we'd then be going out to work or going to see friends or something like that, right? But the whole morning was fucking grind till about 5 or 6. And then there'd be a little bit of downtime where, you know, I either go see my friends or I'd go for a walk the dogs. Sometimes I'd smoke a joint in the evening, but that period of my life where it was non-stop effort, maybe have a little break in the evening, but every day, you know, for about 8, 9 hours, my life was scheduled. And I made no exceptions, I really didn't. If I didn't get put on a shift on one of these days, it was all the same, okay? I was waking up, eating clean, training 4, 5, 6 times a week, gardening basically every day, you know, eating food I've grown myself. And I think that when I got my car, you know, I'd sort of unlocked more moderation into my life. I'd sort of come to a point where it was, oh, yeah, now I can go see my friends and go meet girls and, you know, fuck around and like, oh, I can go to this fancy gym that's like 45 minutes away and shit like this, right? And it's, you start enjoying life more, but then you get less satisfaction out of it. You're enjoying it more to enjoy it less. You know, it's like the present moment gratification, instant gratification, means that when you stop doing that, when you get home after going out and all that shit, you get home and you sit in the garage and you think, well, you know, it's late at night, I'm just gonna have a smoke, and you sit there and you're smoking and you think, what the fuck have I just done with the last 6 hours? Why the fuck was I in a room listening to music I don't like, surrounded by degenerates that I don't aspire to be like, that I don't admire, I don't think they've got any substance to them, and I was just in that fucking room with them, experiencing the same boring shit as them, hardly even enjoying it. Oh wow, you know, you speak to a few girls and, you know, maybe you make a couple friends, brilliant. So? Like, okay, if you enjoy that, fine. But if you genuinely feel like that doesn't take away from your day-to-day life the next day, and you don't, you know, you're waking up fucking tired. I don't drink, but I imagine that the majority of people that live that kind of lifestyle, you wake up hungover, right? You wake up hungover, do you even think to yourself, oh, well, I just wasted 7 hours, and now this day's a waste as well? Like, is there any sort of interior monologue for people that live that life every weekend? I don't know. Maybe there is, but if there was, I feel like you'd probably get bored of it kind of quickly. Perhaps I'm just no fun, like I haven't even considered that. It could just be very, very well that I'm no fun. But to be honest, I don't really want to be fun in the eyes of people that I don't want to be like. You know, and that's just how it should be. If like for me, okay, I don't find that fun. But if you find that fun, you're not going to fucking listen to my opinion. You just think, well, I don't want to be like that guy. All he does is garden and train and, you know, eat fucking, eat carrots, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to think, oh, fuck this guy. I don't care what he thinks. That's been on the floor, but that's clean, let's be honest. So, I mean, what's new? Okay, so, you know, I stopped posting on here when I started having more moderation in my life, you know, spending more time with my friends. And look, okay, I love my friends, all right? I've got some very quality people around me in my life, and genuinely, I couldn't ask for better people by my side, okay? Because I know that, you know, even though some of us have different philosophies on life, very much so, these people are, they're beyond valuable. Like, they're so, it's not just a matter that they're caring, but it's not even that they're supportive either. It's a combination of all of it. They're just good quality friends. And like, not a lot of people can say that they have people like that in their life. And I'm so grateful for all of my friends that truly are there for me, because I know which ones are, you know. It's like you've got friends and then you've got your real friends, you know what I mean? Like those people that you sort of have your doubts about and they don't really check on you and, you know, they just sort of see more in their own world. Maybe they've got stuff going on, maybe they do. But maybe they just also don't give a fuck about you that much. Like maybe they're just an acquaintance, they're just someone that you see now and then and you're cool with them. But they're not the kind of person you'd want in an emergency, right? And so if you think to yourself, well, most of my friends I wouldn't really want in an emergency, get some fucking better friends, you know, because friends are like the family that you choose, and friends are also going to be the main reason you make it or you don't. Alright, if you're surrounded by fucking morons, if you're surrounded by people that are just dragging you down, and I'm not saying I am, okay, I'm not speaking from experience here, I'm just speaking from common sense. If you're surrounded by people that have no ambition, no drive, no goals, no dreams, no hopes, no anything like that, and you don't want to be like them, why are you their friend? And another thing as well, you can't really be someone's friend if you're not pushing them to be better. Alright, my friends all the time, I've got friends that don't go to the gym, right? Whenever I speak to them, I'll still say to them, you going to the gym yet? And they'll say no, and I'll call them gay. Like, okay, I know that's homophobic and whatever the fuck. Look, I'm not homophobic, I think gay people are brilliant. I mean, all people are brilliant unless they're not, you know what I mean? It's not if they're gay or whatever the fuck. Look, listen, you just use that to egg your friends on, like, oh, don't be gay. Like, it's just something you say, right? And if that hurts your feelings, fine, I don't really care. If your feelings are that easily hurt, then, you know, just get a thicker skin. That's not my point. That's not what I'm talking about. My point is that you need to push your friends to be better, and you need friends that are going to criticise you and push you to be better as well. I don't know if that's common sense or if that's just something that I've really sort of learned through experience and now that feels like common sense to me. I think it would depend on your own life experiences. So back to moderation then, okay? I got my car and it was, you know, living my life up a little bit, having a bit more fun, shit like that, right? But when I feel like I'm not at the trajectory I want to, right? Because bear in mind, I put on quite a lot of muscle, quite a lot of strength. I improved in all of the areas I cared about. I felt so smart and so ahead in terms of my projection when I was doing all the good habits all the time, every day. Okay, look, I understand that the bad habits are an issue. Like, okay, so look, the bad habits that I can just list off straight off are you eat like shit, you watch porn, you do drugs or alcohol, video games, like those, like scrolling on your phone. Okay, those are all bad habits that are no-brainers. If you do all the good things, if you have them in your life, it's not as bad as just doing the bad things, right? That makes sense. Okay, you can just understand that. So when you're doing all the good shit, and you know you're doing all the good shit, and you think, well, fucking hell, I've just ended the day, and I feel like I've really just given that my all. You know, and I can't say I've done that many days, okay? Because there's some days where I know I've sacrificed 20 minutes to go on my phone and fucking call someone and just waffle on the phone, right? I know I've sacrificed afternoons to smoke a joint in the sun and just walk around a forest, okay? And that's a sacrifice in the sense of I've produced nothing in that time other than pleasure and a little bit of introspectiveness, yeah? So if you can look at your life and go, oh, fucking hell, I've just given that my all, and now I've got the rewards of it. Like for myself, okay, I've made so much progress in my gardening, in my knowledge, in my just day-to-day wisdom and perspectives on things, because shit happens. Like, bro, when I crashed my car, I was fucking, this was literally like this week, by the way, you know, I crashed my car and it was like, oh fuck. It was like, oh fuck, for like 2 days, and I was kind of gutted about it, and my ribs hurt, and my neck hurts, I can't really walk around that much, my knees are killing me. And then it's like, well, I'm not fucking dead. I can afford a new car, I've already put in a deposit for another car, a better car, right? And it's like, well, I could have fucking died. I could have left my family to deal with all of that shit, but I'm still here. I've got another chance. You know, and some people would be looking at this in my situation and go, like, they'd fucking just crumple, they'd just give up. They wouldn't be fucking making food from scratch for fucking 3 or 4 meals worth of venison and vegetables. They'd be just crippled. They'd be like, oh, my head. You're like, yeah, my fucking head hurts, but I'm still alive. I can still get on with all of this shit here. You know, I can still bounce back and go to work when I'm ready. Like, I'm going to work this evening, and it's only a short shift, and thankfully I'm only pot washing because it's less mentally demanding. But at the same time, it's like, well, how are you going to look at these situations? Because life is full of shit, alright? If you've not already figured this out by now, you know, by the ripe old age of finding this video, well, fucking newsflash, life is rough. Life is really going to fucking throw shit at you. And you're going to go, oh, well, that sucked. Oh, well, that sucked. And it's just going to keep sucking. But do you know what? If you just push through that, how can you not come out on top? How can you not come out of it and go, well, That all sucked, but now look at me. I've stuck it out and I've got the rewards of my work. Okay, something I really love saying, not just because I love gardening, but because it shows in everything I've ever done and everything you've ever done, what you reap is what you sow. You get out what you put in. No fucking brainer, right? But it's understanding that, putting it into practice. Because look, okay, there's been times where I've told people, okay, oh, you know, you need to meditate, you should go for mindfulness walks and all this and that. There's been times I've not done those things, okay, for like weeks at a time. I don't think the last time I meditated was at least a week ago, right? Last time I did some gratitude journaling was maybe a month ago, maybe even more. I can't remember, it was a while. But I still have I've taken the action for so much that I feel qualified to tell other people to do it. Because I understand the benefits of actually doing the thing. You know, if I say to someone, oh, eat clean, it's not because I think eating clean's good, it's because I know eating clean's good. It helps my brain function, my body feels right. I just feel so good when I wake up. Not a lot of people can say that. That's not a normal thing. I don't know why the fuck it isn't a normal thing, because that should be normal. You should wake up and feel, oh wow, I'm ready to take on the day. But you don't. You wake up with a fucking processed carb brain. You wake up lethargic, tired, sore. Yeah, you've trained the day before, but your body should repair. What do you think your ancestors did? They fucking worked all day, I don't even know what they'd have done. Hunted animals, run around for hours, and then the next day they'd have done it again, and again, and they wouldn't stop, because they had fucking families to feed, things to do. But because our lives are so comfortable and so full of moderation, we're too balanced. We're too, both ways. It's like, you can't get anywhere, or at least you won't get as far being balanced. Because, okay, let's say you get, 16 hours in a day, alright? If 8 of those hours are spent just doing fuck all, just degeneracy, depreciation, eating like shit, whatever, right? Just the other 8 hours that you try and be productive aren't as effective. Oh, excuse me. Right, here's a point I'll get to, okay? If you've ever read Deep Work by Cal Newport, you'll understand that doing like an hour and a half of focused, full-on attention work has so much more value than 6 hours of fucking having your phone next to you. Oh, I'll just reply to my friend, this is what I'm trying to fucking read. You're not going to learn. You're just going to fucking distract yourself. Okay, right, you pick up your phone, you reply to someone when you're trying to do your work, 15 minutes you've just lost. Because you've replied for 2 minutes, right? And the next 13 minutes, your brain is trying to get back into work mode. Oh, those 13 minutes go by, you just get back into your flow state. Oh, gonna reply for this. It's like, if you really look at it, okay, you've got to beat yourself, because you know where your weaknesses are, and you know what needs doing. And you know you're the only one who's gonna fucking slack off. Or you're the only one who's actually gonna achieve these things, okay? You're your own competition, but as soon as you beat yourself, it then becomes bigger than that. It's then, oh, I'm doing the right things, and look at the people my age. Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking steamroll them. 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, when I've got kids, when I've got properties, when I'm on top of my shit. Who have I got to thank? The younger version that didn't want the moderation, the younger version that didn't want to just fucking, oh, everything in moderation, everything, a little bit of this, little bit of that. No, the best progress look, I'm speaking from experience, okay? If you've experienced something different, I understand. Maybe for you, when you had 4 days on, 3 days off, you made more progress than when you tried to go balls to the wall every day. Okay, if that works for you, bro, fine. For me, the time I spent just on my shit every day, just trying to fucking script videos, just reading for at least an hour. Every day I got into that routine. I don't read for an hour anymore, but I know that all the progress that was made then is so much more stronger and potent and prevalent because I wasn't balanced. It was that. It was, okay, no fucking around. We've got 10 hours now to just work through all of your goals. You set these goals, and they still need doing regardless of whether you fuck around or not. They're still there, they still exist, but if you just piss around, for your 20s, if you spend your 20s living with moderation, oh, I'm going to go out a couple of days a week, oh, I'll do drugs all the time. I won't bother reading. It's too hard. I'll just go on my phone. At the end of the day, bro, once you beat yourself, you've got to beat everyone else. You're the only one who can fuck it up and make it happen. But then after a certain point, it's like, well, I'm not fucking it up. I'm making it happen. And on top of that, the only people who are beating me are my friends. Yeah, there'll be people out there you don't know that are beating you, or you may even know people that you don't get on with that are beating you as well. They're your competition. Your friends are competition, but not in the same way, because you're going to be pushing each other. You're not going to let your friend be an absolute retard. Otherwise, you're not a good friend. And he's not a good friend for being a retard. And you're not a good friend for letting him. So I think if you've just sat through an unedited 15-minute video, you probably haven't got friends like that. You haven't got a fucked up attention span. And, you know, good on you. Because a lot of people can't listen to someone else talking without, like, fucking thumbnail this and, like, you know, edited thing here and, like, the little words on the bottom and, like, the music in the background and all that shit. People are pathetic. Truly. And what are you? You know, and if you're thinking to yourself right now, oh, I'm pathetic, that's your wake-up call. That's like, oh fuck, like, you know. Honestly, I don't think anyone who's watching this is going to think that about themselves, because, you know, if you've related to this for this long, then there's just a likelihood that you're not going to be a shit cunt. Like, you understand? Like, you're just not going to be. So, look, okay, I think I might post another video on this today, just because, you know, I haven't posted on YouTube in so long that I've kind of missed it, you know. I've kind of missed just setting my phone up and in the kitchen just fucking talking and all this and that. Like, it's enjoyable, because while I'm doing this, like, my food's cooking next to me and I'm present, like, I'm right here with you guys, you know. And there's another kid on the fucking end of the phone watching me right now. If you are watching this, you know, maybe you're watching this in, oh, bro, do you know what? If I made this video, right, and someone was watching this and they were watching it from, like, a few years in the future, and I'm, like, fucking mega successful, and they're watching me, liking my shit, thinking, yeah, this guy fucking started here, and now look where he is. If there's someone watching at that point, what would I tell them? Do you know what? I'd probably just tell them to apply what they've learned. That's probably the strongest bit of advice I can actually give someone. I might make another separate video on that now, because if you just do what you know you need to do, how can you fuck up? You know what you need to do. That's the most beautiful thing, because we learn so much and then we don't apply any of it. We don't take action on the shit we know we need to. So if you just do what you know you need to do, how can you fuck up?